If you want to be my disciples, take up your cross and follow me. Christ had to suffer on the cross and die. Today's gospel speaks about Peter's slowness to understand the plan of God for Jesus. Peter had been influenced by the thought of that time where the Messiah would be victorious and powerful. Peter wanted Jesus to be as he wished. The gospel, according to Mark, gives us 3 announcements of Jesus about his passion and death. Today's gospel reading, Mark 8:27 to 38, is the first one. And the second one is Mark 9 verse 30 to 37. And the third one is Mark 10 verse 32 to 45. Placing within a journey, the instruction to the apostles was introduced by the healing a blind man in Mark 8 verse 22 to 26, and ends in healing another blind man in Mark 10 verse 46 to 52. Just as the healing the blind man was difficult, correcting the blindness of the apostles was also difficult. The first blind man in Mark 8 verse 22 to 26 did not gain his sight in clarity. He saw people like trees walking. The blind man represented Peter. Though he accepted Jesus as the Messiah, he accepted in him the glorious Messiah. He could not understand the suffering of the cross. When Jesus asked the disciples what people thought about him, they rightly replied, some say he was John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others one of the prophets. Peter answered rightly when Jesus asked them what they thought who he was. Though Jesus praises him, Peter never expected that the Messiah would be a suffering and serving Messiah. Peter attempts to correct Jesus from the walking to the way of the cross. Peter had thought that he had given a right answer, but actually he had said only the right word, "You are the Christ." He was like the blind man who had mistaken people with trees. The strong words of Jesus used for correcting was, "Get behind me, Satan." Satan meant an accuser, the one who leads other people away from the way to God. Peter himself had to follow Jesus and lead others to Jesus, not to make Jesus to follow his expectations. Let us reflect about our own life. What kind of Messiah are we expecting in Jesus? Are we expecting him to be a superhero, a miracle worker, a king? Can we Jesus as the life giver who sacrifices his life for others? One who came to serve and not to be served. The challenge of following this Messiah is that we need to participate in the life he lived, to trust in the will of God even when we face trials. He invites us, if you want to be my disciples, take up your cross and follow me.